Okay guys, I continue with this video. Now another card is Emancipator Friends. Emancipator is another new archetype, Adaman, which is rock monsters. And this archetype is focused on uh, the excavate. You can activate the top 5 or target one rock monster in graveyard, or if you control an antimatter synchro monster, negate the activation and destroy it, or synchro monster that excavate top 5 cards. So this deck is focused on placing rock monster, or more like placing Emancipator cards on top of your deck in any order, and then excavate them with card effects like all of the synchro monsters, and not all, but some of the Emancipator cards, more of the tuners cards. So let's see what it does. Its normal spell: excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of rock monsters you control plus 5. So if you control this card and you use this card is number 1 plus 5. This means you excavate 6 cards from your deck. If you control these and such other monsters, no matter, just need to be rock monster. Let's say you control 3 monsters, that make 8 to excavate. And if you do, you can add 1 excavated rock monster to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of excavated cards. Also place the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So that means if you excavate 8 cards, you can add something like Block Dragon. Yeah, Block Dragon, it's exactly level 8. But if you excavate 9 cards, it's less than 8. So that means you can add because whose level is less than or equal. So it could be 8 or less than 8. Yeah. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monster except the rock monsters, which doesn't stop you if you play this deck right, because this deck should be played only with rock monsters. Rock monsters like these, like not Psycho, but let's say all monster. Not Earth, but Rock. Most players play cards like Gigantes, cards like Block Dragon, of course, cards like maybe Quakimeru, some players, or Worst Guardian. Also maybe, but can't be sure for scraps. also block golem. Some could use gem cards, but the main strategy is use only rock for this deck. Only rock monsters. Well, maybe not only rock monsters, because they use Naturia Beast some of the decks, and Naturia Beast is a beast, not rock. But yeah, most of cards are rocks. Almost all. Now, next card. Ancient Warriors Saga. Another new card for Ancient Warriors. I never see this deck to be played much of time, but let's see it. Ancient Warriors Saga. Southeast Wind. It's continuous spell. Ancient Warrior. This is the Ancient Warriors. Maybe you see it before. Beast Warriors. That means you can use Tanky. Fire Formation Tanky to add one of them. But should be level 4 or less. So there is also new Link monster. But let's see for now the new spell. It's continuous spell. Send this card to the graveyard during your second standy phase after activation. Okay. This is something like this one. If you see it later, send this card to the graveyard during your second standy phase after activation, yes. Once per turn during your main phase, you can toss one coin. Oh, this is coin toss card. And if the result is heads, send this card to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your Ancient Warrior card or effect. Activation, that means all monster, trap, spells, no matter. Your opponent cannot negate them if this card is destroyed. Also, all Ancient Warriors effect monster you control gain this effect. When this card requires an attack, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. Very good card. And it doesn't target, but it has destroy effect not sent, so for cards like Borer Vault or Blue Eyes Max, it won't work, this effect. So be careful here. But this is powerful effect. Very good. And actually I'm not sure why it should be have sent to a graveyard during your second standy phase after activation, because you destroy it. Sent to the graveyard if result is heads. So it could be tail and to not be destroyed, but during your second standy phase after activation it will be destroyed anyway, so you can use later or early, depends on your toss, and you can make it more sure to toss heads if you have something like second coin toss, but I'm sure no one used this in Ancient Warrior deck. Almost no one. Okay, the new card. Magawanika the Deep Sea City. This card name is always treated as Yumi. Well, this is for legendary fisherman. I think legendary fisherman work very good with this card, but let's continue. It's a field spell. When this card is activated, you can choose one water monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck. could be legendary fisherman, it could be some of the new sharks for saying it's all waters. It could be what was it could be deep sea, some cards. Could be sea. It could be, for example, Atlantean monster, whatever you want. That is water. Once per turn, you can target one water monster you control. Increase its level by 1 or 2 until the end of this turn. This maybe could work for Synchro or XYZ monsters. But I don't know. Even if this card leaves the field. Once per turn during your main phase, if you special summon a water Synchro monster, yes, it works for Synchro monsters. Synchro monsters like Deep Sea Princess Prima Donna, or another scary thing. Scary Synchro monster that is water, of course. You can look at your opponent's hand and banish one card from their hand face up until the end phase. Yeah, but banish until the end phase. The best here is maybe to look at your opponent's hand. But I don't know, with sure. Okay, but this works for monster effects. And it's easy for Synchro, or water Synchro monsters. Because it increase its level by 1 or 2. And if you have tunnels, it makes some magic. Okay, new Fluffle or Frightful support card. Frightful Repair. It's normal spell card. Target one Frightful Fusion monster in your graveyard. Let's say the newest Frightful Whale. It's on the graveyard. It's returned to the extra deck. Then you can special summon one Fluffle or Etchimp monster from your graveyard. So yeah, if you use Polymerization and you have Frightful in your graveyard, return Frightful to your extra and special Fluffle or Etchimp monster from graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Fluffle or Etchimp monster from your hand. If you're already normal, but you want more, you can special summon with this effect. But for this you can summon cards, you can use cards like Foolish Burial Goods to send this card to graveyard, or just to activate first effect and activate second effect on your second turn. Because you can only use one Frightful Repair effect return, and only one. So you should send it by Foolish Burial if you don't want his first effect, or just use his first effect and use the second on the next turn. Okay. Marfire Hide and Seek, another card for the Marfire new archetype. The first time each beast monster you control would be destroyed by card effect, each turn it is not destroyed. So if you have something like if you have something like this card, While you control another beast type, this card cannot be destroyed by battle card effects. This card will be another guard, another defense for this XYZ monster. But only for card effects. You can target 3 beast monsters in your graveyard with different names. Let's say you use School. Let's say you use this card for special summon the beast I just showed you. To control no monster, special summon 3 level 2 or lower beast type effect monsters with different names from your deck. Their effects negated and destroyed during the end phase. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except beast. Okay. Let's say you have those beasts in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. So if you don't need already them, those who one in the graveyard, but you need them in your deck, you can shuffle them and you draw 1 card. And it's continuous spell. You can only use this effect of Malfire Hide and Seek once per turn. So Malfire is useful for beast deck archetype. So if you use cards like this ninja I told you, I show you. If you use for summoning cloning Raccoon Sandayu or Naturia Beast or whatever you use it, you just can. If you make archetype, you can add Malfire cards. Malfire attack. It's like Monster Reborn for Beast. For Malfire. Target, it's a quick spell of course. Target 1 Malfire monster in your graveyard, any of these little creatures that may be in graveyards. You can target it and special summon it. You can only activate 1 Malfire attack per turn. So it's not like Monster Reborn, but it's like summoning from graveyard once per turn. Okay, now we're going to equip spells. Infernable Arms Joyeus. This card is equipped spell card. When this card is equipped to a monster, you can target 1 fire warrior monster in your graveyard. All of these 4, plus those, plus if you have another noble, like, but only fire, so more like Rowan or I don't know. All fire warriors, it's it. 1 fire warrior monster in your graveyard. Add it to your hand, then destroy this card. Okay. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was sent to the graveyard, so if you didn't use this effect at all you didn't use it. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 fire warrior monster from your hand. Let's say you have got Phoenix. Let's say you have this one. You can special summon it from your hand if you use this second effect from your hand. You can only use 1 Infernable Arms Joyeus effect per turn and only once per turn. And only once that turn. So 1 effect per turn and only once. Okay. It's good and easy way to summon God Phoenix gear with. That's what I will say. about Joes. Next card. Infernable Arms, Heart Declare. Equip spell again, Infernable Arms again. Let's continue. When this card is equipped to a monster, you can target one face-up monster you control. This turn you cannot declare attacks with other monsters. Also it can make a second attack during each battle phase. Then destroy this card. Well, this is interesting because more of the cards with this effect to make a second battle phase. It's something like you cannot attack directly. But this card doesn't say it, you can't attack directly. This card said you can make second attack, which said if your opponent has one monster and destroy it, you can attack him directly. Which is very good, but then destroy how Declare. But I guess it will have second effect, so let's see. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was sent to the graveyard, then just like the previous card, you can target one face-up monster on the field, destroy it. So yeah, it's destruction and two attacks. You can only use one Infernable Arms or Declare effect per turn, and only once that turn. Same like the previous, but more like destruction effect. Okay. Third card. Infernable Arms Durando. Equip spell. Infernable Arms. Two effects, I guess, again. And again will be destroyed, but let's see how. When this card is equipped to a monster, you can add one level 5 or lower fire warrior monster from your deck to your hand. You can't add this, but you can add this, and this. And much more, that's a warrior and fire. Should be level 5 or lower, this is the only problem. Then destroy this card, so this is Searcher, okay. If this card is sent to the graveyard because the equipped monster was sent to the graveyard, you can target one level 5 or lower fire warrior monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also you cannot special summon monster for the rest of this turn except warrior monster. Well, of course if you use some of them you will use only warrior monster, so it's not really problem to special only warrior monsters. So the second effect special from graveyard, but level 5 or lower, and fire warriors. You can only use one Infernable Arms to render effect per turn and only once that turn. It's working good. I can't say it's bad card because it's not bad card. It's worked good. Combination with all of three, it's very good for me. You can also use only one card 3 times, or you can use each of them 3 times, so you can use 2 of each or 1 of each, no matter. They are all good, but you should think careful what you need to use first or the second effect, because you can use it only once that turn. So be careful how to play it. So another card, Disciple of the Nadir. This is Drachma card. No matter if say Disciple of the Nadir, the name is not important. It's Drachma. It's normal spell. Send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. Fusion, XYZ, Synchro, Link, no matter. Then add one Drachma monster. Drachma monster, you know it. Or one Albus Nullius Filius. Again this guide who make fusion. Bastard Russian Dragon. From your deck or graveyard to your hand with attack less than or equal to the sent monsters. It's strange, I'm not sure if I sent Link Monster with 200 attack. I want to, yeah, if 200 I can because attack of this monster will be less than attack of be much of than our boss attack. But if I send something like 100 and 2000, this is 118, can I add Albus or I can't? Not sure about it. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. Again, not special summon. This deck cannot special summon if you use the Arma effects. Problem, but what to do? You can only activate one Disciple of the Nadir per turn. Of the Nadir. Okay. Well, this is the Searcher. So, Searcher, like army of something. Like this card. Like reinforcement of the army, but this is more specialty. Okay. Next card. Field spell Dogmatic Nation Dragma. Again Dragma card. And I guess again you cannot special summon if you use it from extra deck. So let's see. Neither player can target Drachma monsters you control with the effects of monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck. So this deck just stop all special summons from the extra deck and effects and whatever you want. You can only use the following effects of the Dogmatic Nation Dragma once per turn. So I think you can use all of them, but once per turn, not sure. After damage calculation, if your Dragma monsters battle an opponent monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster. So after your monster is destroyed by battle, if my Dragma attacked, I can destroy auto. But it won't work for Blue Eyes Max or for a Borrowed, so be careful. If this face-up card in the field zone is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can activate this effect. Each player sends one monster from their extra deck to the graveyard. Yeah, it's more like a lose for your opponent when you use this effect than you. But be careful, if you use Drachma, make sure you use full extra deck. Because it's very important for this type of deck. Okay, next card. Spiral Fusion, this is again for a Gaia archetype. Gaia the Virus Knight, and most about the Gaia the champion. The Dragon champion, all I see for now is focus on this card, like the traps. Monster like Origin Gaia not so much, but the traps are focused on this card. Next one. Fusion summon one Dragon Fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field as fusion material. Okay. And if it is Gaia the Dragon champion, of course, if you fusion this card, it gains 260 attack. That's what I'm talking about. Defense, and make much attack. That's why what I'm talking about this card. Destroy card. And if you have strong attack, will make it very big. Also, it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters, but it should be on monsters, so your opponent should control at least one more monster, or to have 2 monsters. If not, 520 and 2000, it's not less attack. Okay. Charging Gaia, another, but this is field spell. Field spell card charging Gaia, another support for Gaia. While Gaia the Dragon Champion, we already know it, who is it? Is in your monster zone, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. Cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase, so no effects can help him. But it should be on your monster zone. If it's on extra zone, it won't work. But we play Master Rule 5, so you don't need to be worried about this. You just should be worried to not forget about you play Master Rule 5. During your main phase, you can activate one of these effects. Well, this card activates one of these effects, not all. Reveal one Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. This means Gaia the Fierce Knight origin, Gaia the Magical Knight because he's the Gaia the Fierce Knight card, Soldier Gaia the Fierce Knight, and much more. Add one level 5 dragon monster from the deck to your hand. Level 5 dragon monster. Curse of the Dragon, of course. Curse Dragon, Curse of the Dragon, or the old Curse of the Dragon, no matter. Okay. Reveal one level 5 dragon monster in your hand. So that depends. If you have got the Fierce Knight monster from in your hand, you can reveal to add Dragon, Curse of Dragon. If you have the Curse of Dragon, what? Add one Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. So it adds Gaia the Fierce Knight or the Curse of Dragon. Okay, you can only use this effect of charging Gaia once per turn. So this is a searcher, but only if Gaia in the dragon. No, actually, this effect working while Gaia the Dragon Champion in your master zone. But the other effect working without the Gaia. So this is a searcher plus defender for the Gaia. Okay, next card. Megalith. Ritual summoning. Megalith Pro. Level 2. Earth. What is Megalith? Well, Megalith is archetype that can special from your graveyard. This means you can ritual summon from your graveyard. Like you can target one Megalith monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Most of the cases, ritual monsters cannot be special from graveyard, I think. I can't be sure. But in this case, you can special from your graveyard. You can ritual from your graveyard with Megalith. So what will do this? You can ritual summon this card with a Megalith card. Okay. If this card is ritual summoned, you can target one ritual monster in your graveyard, like this or whatever else. This card's level becomes the same as that monster, then add it to your hand. So if this is my graveyard, I can use the effect to make it 8 level and to add this to my hand. During the main phase, quick effect, which means I can use it on opponent main phase. You can activate this effect, ritual summon one Megalith ritual monster from your hand or deck. So you can ritual monster from your deck now by tributing monster from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. So if I decide to ritual summon this for my deck, I should tribute from my hand or field with whose total levels equal or exceed, so to level 9 or level 8 or level 12, I don't know. But you can ritual monster from hand or deck. Ritual summon. You can only use each effect of Megalith once per turn. So you can use both effects but just once per turn. Very good card for me for this deck. But I don't really play rituals. So if you like rituals, add it to your deck. If you don't, I don't know. Now, the Raccoon Wamp. Fire Worm. Level 4. Less attack, big defense. Nothing surprising. So let's see what it does. Once per turn, quick effect. You can discard one Worm monster. Well, Worm again. If you remember, in the last video we talked about Tenny or worms. So maybe this card is Tenny support. But let's see. This card gains 1000 defense till the end of the turn. So it's big defense. So what? And it's quick effect, which means your opponent just attack it until it's face down. When he gets face up, I guess he can use effect to make his attack 300 and to make more damage to your opponent. I'm not sure. Once per battle during damage calculation, if this attack position card battles an attack position monster, again quick effect, you can apply it both battling monsters defense for damage calculation. So this means if I attack monster with 300 attack but 0 defense, and this card attacks this 300 attack monster, I can make him 0 damage calculation. Like attack will be 0 for him, and for me, if I use first effect, for me it will be 300, which means I will make him 300 damage to him. Let's say you play cards like opponents play like Max, Device Max, 0 defense. Use this card to attack him, and I use first effect. Discard Worm to gain 100 defense, to make 300 defense. If I attack Chaos Max Dragon, I will make him 300 damage, because this effect to apply both battling the monster's defense for damage calculation. But I'm not sure what will happen then. It will be destroyed by Max, or Max will destroy it by battle. If you know more about it, you can write a comment in this video. So this is very good for big monsters. Yeah, and it's Worm which help somehow Tenny, so think about this card like a variation. Red Poton. It's level 1 fire fairy monster. With attack 1000, defense 2000. You can target one Poton monster. Well, you actually have only one Poton monster. And Poton monster is Red Poton. Except if there is something that I don't see it. Poton. Potato in chips is not Poton. Oh wait, there is something. Black Poton and white Poton. So this is just like a new support for Poton. But I'm almost sure no one uses white or black Poton. So I'm kind of sure no one will use red Poton, but let's see what he does. It is treated as a tuner. So you can target red Poton too, because you can target what Poton monster you control. It is treated as a tuner until the end of the next turn. So you end turn, it's still tuner. Your opponent end turn, then it's not tuner. So yeah. if a monster is synchro summoned while this monster is on field, so yeah, I should target another button because this second effect works if this is on field while there is synchro summoned. While this monster is on field except during the damage step, you can special summon one potent monster from your hand or deck. You can only use each effect. You can use both effects but only once per turn. So if you use potent cards, it can be useful, but I don't know. Maybe it could be useful for... No, what's if I need dark? This is fire. I don't know. But maybe it will be useful for Synchro. But his effects help him more of the potent cards, so I'm not sure it will be useful. Well, you can try it anyway. Next card is Daedrift the Ephemeral Fish. This is a new fish card. It's a water 4 level, attack 115, defense 116. And this is summoned. You can send one fish monster from your deck to the graveyard except Daedrift the Ephemeral Fish. What we need. Shark is fish on 100%. Fish. You can use much of fish. Fish archetype, whatever you want. So send one fish from deck to graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 fish monster in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck, then draw one card. Well, do you remember Malphite Hide and Seek? It's same like, but this is for beast. Except for sending fish to graveyard. This is for beast effect. And this is for fish effect. You can only use each effect. So you can use each effect once per turn, but only once. If you special another fish, you can't use second time. Okay. Gizmek Kiramitsuha, the Draconic Deluge Divinity. This is another Gizmek monster. What is Gizmek, you will ask? There is monster like Gizmek Canary. Maybe most of you know Gizmek Yata. If you played some time for 3-bird summon, I don't know. But probably you know Gizmek Orochi if you use Maju. Green Maju deck. This is Banish card. Or Gizmek Kaku when monster is in extra monster zone. You can special this and make something. So what this card do? It's level 10. You can pay 150 life points. Destroy all monster on the field special summoned from the extra deck. So on the field. So that means no matter how much monster your opponent special from his extra deck, it's all gone. But be careful because this works for you too. It will destroy your special summon from extra deck too. Also, you can attack with only one monster for the rest of this turn, probably with Gizmek. You can only use each effect of the following effects of Gizmek Kiramitsuha, the Draconic Deluge Divinity, once per turn. So you can use both effects, but only once per turn. If two or more monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck are on field, you can special summon this card from your hand. So there should be at least two monsters special for extra deck to use to special summon this card. Or you don't need to summon it at all. If this card is in your progression, is sent to your graveyard by an opponent card like Dark Hole, Raigeki or whatever you think, you can banish one monster from your opponent's graveyard, then gain life points equal to its attack. Well, this card is another card like this Dark World new card that gives life points. But it makes some sense because you should pay life points to destroy this. To destroy all monster on field special summon from the extra deck, so it makes sense to gain life points. So if you destroy something like Boiled Sword, because Boiled you can't destroy with this effect, but Boiled Sword you can. So you can banish it and then gain 300 attack life points. So this is good card. Also, it could work with Dark World for me. It will work for me. It's machine, but so what? Thunderhand Light, level 4 Thunder monster. Thunder, maybe for Thunder you think about Thunder Dragon. Well, Colossus is banished, but there is new Colossus, whatever. So what it said? If a face-up monster you control with 116 original attack or original defense is destroyed by battle, or an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special this card from your graveyard if it was there when the monster was destroyed, or hand even if not. You can special from graveyard or hand even if it's not there when it's destroyed. And if you do, destroy one card your opponent controls. If summoned this way, banish this card when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Thunder Hunt once per turn. Well, you think of Thunder Dragon, but this is Thunder Hand. What means that? There's cards like Hand, Ice Hand, Fire Hand, and they are all 160 attack, 100 defense, or 114 attack, 160 defense. So this is more like archetype for fire hands, ice hands, and magic hand. This is more like support for hand deck, not for thunder monsters. But it's cool somehow it vanished when it's leaf field. Quackimeigo's a player, so Quackimeigo support, level 4 rock monster, attack 114, defense 116. If a face-up rock monsters you control is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. You probably can use it with Adamantipator, because if a face-up rock monster you control is sent to the graveyard, it could be because it's destroyed, it could be because it's used like Synchro Summon. Or Link. This card is special summoned. You can add one Iron Core of Quackimeigo. Iron Core of Quackimeigo is this. This is very important card for Quackimeigo to stay on field. So you should send or show to your opponent. Or one card that specifically specifically lists Iron Core of Quackimero in its text, which means all of Quackimero monsters from your deck to your hand except Quackimero Supplier. You can only use each effect of Quackimero Supplier once per turn. That's interesting because Quackimero monsters have special effects, like Quackimero Beetle. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send one Iron Core of Quackimero from your hand to the graveyard to reveal insect type. But this card doesn't have anything like this. So this is interesting card. But as you see, all specially list Iron Core of Quacky, Iron Core of Quacky, Iron Core of Quackimero. Yeah, well guys, I will continue this video on the next video. So subscribe to my channel. I hope you like this video. Also write comments in the video below. See you in the next video. Enjoy.